Good day, everybody. Good day. Sunny skies, sunny guys. Sunny skies, sorry. Beautiful, beautiful. I can really say the Most High has blessed us with some nice days. A little rainy sometimes, but the rain is good for my marijuana plants, and the sun is good for its photosynthesis. So, in saying that, thank you for joining me on my show today. And my name is Ultrastand Pheonix. And thank you for joining me on my show today, The Reality of Things, where the reality is hidden in the realm of the unseen. Press that like button, that subscribe button, and leave a comment if you wish or you dare. Let's dive into this like Greg Louganis. Today we're going to be talking about Kevin Samuels. Now, like most things that I do in my life, I like to dive into the research of somebody I'm going to talk about, or a topic I'm going to talk about. And I learned about Kevin Samuels. I used to go on my YouTube and see him pop up all the time, but I would just bypassed it, right? I would bypass it. And then one day my woman was watching him, asking me if I listened to Kevin Samuels. I said, no, not really. Then I took a peek at him, and I liked what he was saying. And I got to know Kevin Samuels because he started to blow up at the same time that I started to check out his YouTube page. So I really dove into him, started to watch all his older stuff and watch his newer blogs, which is now I watch so much of Kevin Samuels, it's ridiculous. So why am I doing my blog on Kevin Samuels? Because I agree with what he's saying with the so-called cis stars or women in general, how they're overranking themselves, overrating themselves, especially the so-called black cis stars out there, you know? And he rips into them pretty hard, but in a reality way. Remember, my show's called The Reality of Things, and I like the reality, and what Kevin Samuels does is he kicks the reality to these women. And a lot of people get upset. Like this weekend, I was at a pool party. My woman's good friend's pool party, and she had just put a $70,000 pool in her backyard. Beautiful, very nice. And it was nice get together. And I was talking to some of the women there, and Kevin Samuels' names got brought up. And they started to rip Kevin Samuels. Oh, I don't like him because he's rude. I don't like him because what else did they say? They don't like him because he's rude. They don't like him because he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's not all that. Who's he to talk? And I stayed quiet while they were going on. Then they were like saying, so what do you think, Ultrastand? I'm like, I like Kevin Samuels. Oh, go figure. I know you would like him. You would like him because he talks the way you talk. And I'm like, I go, no, that's not it. I like Kevin Samuels because he talks the reality of things to y'all. I go, what is it you guys don't like about him other than you guys just spewing your insults at him? Tell me what he has said that you guys do not like. And I heard violins for a couple of seconds and saying, oh, why does he have to say it like that? Who does he think he is? Okay, but that's not answering the question. What is he saying that is not reality? Kevin Samuels will say something like this. Ma'am, how tall are you? I'm 5'4". How much do you weigh? 172? Ma'am, your height and weight is the size of an average so-called black male in America as a middle linebacker. And then people would start chipping on the comments. He's rude. Why is he saying that? But it's the fact. And he'll say, why is it that you deserve a high-valued man? You have two baby fathers. You have tattoos up and down your arm. And you've already had these two kids and broken up a broken marriage. Why is it you think that you deserve a high-valued man at age 42 right now? He would say things like that, but the so-called black cis star will get upset and be like, what does that matter? It doesn't matter if she has 2 different baby fathers. It doesn't matter if she has tattoos. She could be a good person inside. Look, stop it. See, this is where I have to defend Kevin Samuels. I know. I grew up in the project. I grew up in housing. I know. Okay? So the reason the sisters are saying that is because those are the sisters who have 2 different and 3 different baby fathers and went through a whole lot of shit with them. Now, mind you, there's a lot of asshole trash guys out there that didn't want to take care of their kids, and they skewed the court system and skewed their baby mama because they didn't want to take care of their kid. But let's keep it 100. The majority of these men these days, not males, men, want to take care of their kid, right? So there's no reason for them to keep their child or the children away from the father. But back to it anyways. So Kevin Samuels is basically saying, you don't deserve it. Why? If your child walked through that door with a woman or a young lady, and said that this is who you want to be with, and you saw tattoos all over her, 2 babies straddling along beside her, and 2 different baby fathers, you're gonna go tell your son, oh, that's a great ideal situation to get into. That's just great and swell, buddy. No, it's not great and swell. You have to keep it reality. So I'm at the house party, and I posed the same question to the ladies, and I got a response for, it doesn't matter. If he loves her, he loves her. I'm like, there you go. Emotions, not logic and rationale. Because in the so-called black community, it's happened so rampant. There's so much different baby fathers and different kids, right? That they're gonna have no choice but to say, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. But deep in their heart, they know there's something wrong with it. Did I say to you? You see, in the so-called black community, what happens is the majority of so-called women, they don't have a man by the time they're 30, 40, 35, 40. They're gonna end up alone. Then they're gonna have to start cutting off their hair because they weaved it so much. They start to eat out the front of their hair, and they're gonna go natural at the point that's too late because they should have did that years ago, right? So these are all the points that Kevin Samuels hits and tries to tell black cis stars, but not only black cis stars, like Nubu Minkari says. He calls them cis stars. I like when he says that, right? He talks to women in general, how they're entitled in North America, right? No, you're not entitled. No, you're not deserving. Why? You see, the world has turned woke, right? It's turned woke. And this cultural identity thing and the cancel culture, it's turned people upside down, inside out, right? People don't know if they're coming or going. They don't know the reality of things. So they would think it's alright to be a tranny, it doesn't matter, they can participate in female sports. You know? No problem with that. It's okay if my son walks into the house being gay. Oh, daddy, I want to be gay today and have 16 genders. It's okay, you know. It's okay for your daughter to want to be a boy, you know what I'm trying to say to you? And join the Snoop cult. Snoop is from the TV show The Wire, you know Snoop, the little girl. You know, they want to be Snoop, you know. Or Young M.A. That's the new female speed today. So Kevin Samuels nails it on the dot. And I like his broadcast. I really do. It's entertaining. He makes me laugh and he hits that smack button, slaps you sisters across the face. And it comes off as he does not like cis stars. But he does. You see, people who truly love you tell you the reality of things. Not the truth, not a lie, the reality. Okay? The reality is, like he says, ma'am, you're a 6. Okay? That's it. Sorry, I don't think he says, I think in his dialogue, he says you can't be a 7 either. You have to skip a 6 or a 7, one of those. Right? So either you're a 5 or a 7 or 10, whatever, something like that. And the majority of these sisters right there, they're overweight, wearing things that they shouldn't be wearing, putting it all together in pair of tights or tight jeans. And let's keep it 100. If you guys were to take it off, you'd see a hell of a lot of gross stuff. And this also goes for the so-called black men out there, you males. You guys are just as goddamn degenerate too. Because I grew up in a tough place back in my neighborhood in Janie Finch in Toronto, no, back in the day. You people, especially the West Indian men, oh my God. They would date anybody to get up the island. A big Swati Mompi, big Swati, could be a big Swati white girl, black woman, anybody, just walking through just to get a visa. No shame at all. Right? So I was Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels. I used to shake my head, man, be like, this is, like, you couldn't make this up in a Walt Disney movie. You know? So Kevin Samuels is blowing up. He's doing this thing. I think they're trying to put a petition to get him off of Instagram and YouTube for talking the reality of things. But shout out Kevin Samuels. Yeah, Kevin Samuels. But Kevin Samuels doesn't only go at the woman, man. I mean, it's like it was just against the sisters, but he goes against the brothers too, man. And he has all right to. Man, the majority of brothers don't know how to dress these days. Even the older ones just falling off, looking sloppy. You're not in shape. Your belly's out all over the place. You're drinking liquor all the time. Smoking heavy all the time. Not getting no soulful knowledge in you guys. Not taking time to meditate. You know? Taking time to yourself. You guys can't dress properly like he says. You guys want to walk with your pants down. You're like 40 years old and you walk with your pants down. I had to tell a brother at work that they pull up your pants, man. You have so much potential. Why are you doing that? You're walking out there. You're representing your work. You're representing yourself, first of all. And you're representing your family. And you walk out like that. Good co-worker, man. Good guy. Right? So he wants to see the potential in you brothers too. But some of you guys are like just goddamn degenerates, man. Seriously. Chasing young tail. There's nothing wrong with a nice little young girl like that. But you guys are chasing them like at 19, 20, like you 45, 50. Like, come on. At least get them to 30 years old. Jesus. Right? Really. So the men are not like, you know? We used to have a little stigma about us back in the days, you know, like, oh, we're not taking care of our children and stuff like that. We got hammered for that. The last 15 to 20 years, we changed that stigma around, where men are doing more. And it shouldn't even be more. It shouldn't be glorified. We should have been doing it, right? I was lucky to have a father around. To this day, Lord bless him. I'm just saying to you. So it's different when you've been raised by a man, and just by a woman. You have to have law and order around, right? You have to have what's necessary. So, thank you for listening to me on my blog on Kevin Samuels. He interesting guy from Oklahoma, interesting fellow. If you haven't heard from him, go check out his YouTube channel or his Instagram, Kevin Samuels. And controversial dude, but when you're speaking the reality of things, you're not the most popular person. So, love y'all. Stay tuned for more. And be blessed. Ultrastand Pheonix out.